Los Angeles Times columnist says Latinx wasn't made by woke whites and stop erasing its creators. Many people, especially those in conservative circles, are claiming that the term Latinx originated with the woke white elites. It has received such backlash that many groups, including the civil rights group League of United Latin American Citizens, have banned its use. It's in an interview with NBC. The LULAC president, Domingo Garcia, said, quote, "The reality is there is very little to no support for its use, and it sort of seems as something used inside the Beltway or in Ivy League tower settings," end quote. After a poll showed that only 2% of Latinos surveyed identified as Latinx, mostly younger individuals, Democratic Representative Ruben Gallego of Arizona tweeted that he restricted his staff's use of the term, saying it's meant to, quote, "appease white rich progressives," end quote. But for many, Latinx feels like an important act of resistance against mainstream exclusion. Afro-Zapotec poet Alan Pelaez Lopez sees the X as symbolic of a wound, an important, quote, "reminder of the erasure of Black Latinxs," end quote, among other traumas with which the community must reckon. John Guerrero wrote in the Los Angeles Times, quote, "Perhaps the debate about a word wouldn't generate so much heat if it weren't cast as either or. Latinx strives for inclusivity. We don't need to be pitted against one another, Latino versus Latinx. That's exactly what far-right forces would like. Don't fall for it," end quote. ¿Qué creen?
Well, you know, Latinx is one of those terms that sometimes I use, sometimes I don't. I always have kind of like difficulty saying it, to be honest. But I've recently heard Latinx, and I kind of liked it a lot better, to be honest.
Because your favorite beer is Dos Equis, probably, Victor.
Oh my God.
Yes, but anyway.
I'm here for it. You know, I think that John makes a great point. It's a word. Use it if you like it. Use it if you don't. I like it. I like that it degenders the word. And I also think it's a lot like the word queer. They're a part of the community that don't gravitate to it. They see it as a derogatory term, and yet there's other parts of the community and that are reclaiming it. And so, you know what? Do you?
I one of those that doesn't like the word. I don't, and a lot of my friends, Hispanic, Latinos, which is another differentiation that we are, this debate, if you are Latino or if you're Hispanic, has been going on for a long, long time.
Pero ¿cuál es la diferencia? ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre Latino and Latinx?
So that's a good question.
Well,
you know, the fact that, you know, all the Spanish speakers in Latin America are considered Hispanics, but now Latinos also include, you know, Brazilians, for example, that are Portuguese speakers. And you know, it's included in the community Latino. But why some, you know, will be more inclined to be favoring the word Latino versus Hispanic, I don't know. When you come from Latin America, that is not this is a thing here in the U.S., not in Latin America. You know, we're all Latinos, we're all Hispanos. It doesn't matter, and it has not been divisive. Now, this Latinx is a word that has caused that, you know, division even, you know, multiply.
I think that's a generational thing also. I think, as Faye said in the article, you know, the younger generation doesn't have a problem with it. And I think it's just people like, this is the way I was taught, this is the way I was learned, this is how you say it, and what do you mean I have to change it? You know, I think a lot of that's part of it too.
I think para lo justo están hechos los colores, and we should, like, as it said, this is a lot about dividing us, and a house divided cannot stand. So instead of bickering over Latinx, Latino, Hispanic, we should just bring together what unites us and go forward.
Yeah, I have to agree in the division there, though. I mean, like, I feel it's just another thing to divide us. I mean, it's like, I always thought Latinx was just like a young, hip word, you know, but no one called me and told me, hey, Latina, you're still Latin? You still gay?
And
okay, you know, let's just use Latinx.
I thought Latinx was exclusive. Instead of Latina or Latino, it was a way to be gender neutral.
Okay, well,
Well,
we'll use it. Some of us will use it, some of us won't. How about that?
But it's the whole thing that also we in Spanish have the A for the feminine and the O for the masculine. So I get it when we are going to Spanish, but doing it here in the U.S. when we are referring in English to a word that, you know, come from the Latin community is, I don't see the point, really. I don't agree. But.
Yeah, we're all Latinos.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+